at the 2022 Autorama show here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm standing here with my friend Tony from Creations by Gemza, and we are standing in front of their latest build. They started out with a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. Tony, why don't you tell me a little bit about the story behind this build and what you've turned it into?
Absolutely. So a customer had came to us, he wanted a few builds done. So this was one of them, and he said, I want a 1970 Plymouth Cuda. He said, but I want it customized. He said, there's a few things I want with the car. One of them was he wanted a Gen 3 Hemi. He wanted air conditioning, a stereo system, and he wanted it to be green. And his words were he wanted it to be badass. So we sat down at the drawing table and we came up with a lot of cool stuff. And there were never really any renderings done on the car, but we showed him a lot of kind of just some hand-drawn design work stuff, and we just went for it. So it's a very custom one-off car.
That's a lot of trust from your customer.
You're absolutely right. I was shocked.
And rightfully so. You guys have definitely earned it.
Thank you.
So why don't you walk us through some of the cool stuff about the car, maybe start nose to tail?
Absolutely. Okay. So the front end, so let me start with the body real quick. We wanted to make the car look like a 70 Cuda, but when somebody looked at it, said, boy, what's different with that car? So we started with just a shell of a Barracuda, and we actually cut the entire car in half. We moved the rocker up 1 3/8 inches. We stretched the wheelbase. We had a custom chassis built for the car. So once that was all figured, we knew we wanted the Gen 3 Hemi. The goal was around 1,000 horsepower. We wanted the engine to really stand proud in the car, so that's why it sits so high in the chassis. So then we custom built a one-off hood to showcase the engine sitting so high in the car, and the air cleaner is actually affixed inside the hood. The grille is a custom one-piece grille, the valance is custom, the fenders are custom. Into the interior, we actually love the way the 1970 Cuda interior looks, so we actually just enhanced the styling of it. Classic Instruments built the gauges for it, but again, every panel was handmade just to kind of enhance a 70 Cuda. We custom made the tunnel. So many parts have been CNC'd. I can't even tell you how many parts were actually custom made for the car, but there are a lot. And then into the back of the car, we go to a custom fuel cell. The trunk was custom made. You know, just the list goes on and on.
Well, it's so nice to see so much custom work from you guys. I know that most of the work you do is like an OE,
it is,
yes. Restoration, Mopar, and it's so cool to see you guys just unleash your creativity on something like this.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the detail in the hood and running through the interior of the car? I think those pieces are pretty neat.
So again, the hood was designed to fit around the supercharger. So we didn't want an air cleaner sticking out of the engine. We didn't like that look. And again, we started this build, the idea was to go after getting a grade 8 or a Riddler award. So we knew that the quality of the car had to be top notch and the design and the engineering had to be over the top. So we didn't want to do anything cookie cutter. So we actually packaged an air cleaner inside of the hood that you can't see, and there's an aluminum panel that you take down to access the filter. And then the grates in the hood is where the fresh air comes in, and they're actually CNC'd Chrysler penta stars all throughout those panels.
Yep, and
so that's a really cool detail.
And they run throughout the headliner,
and then
the interior of the car.
Yes, they're everywhere throughout the car. They're even, if you look hard enough, there's even some bolts throughout the car that are Chrysler penta star.
Such a cool custom touch. And you do have a machinist on staff, of course.
We do, my dad, yes.
All of these custom things. Tell me what's in that bag in the trunk.
So there are some tools. So what we decided were there were some custom parts on the car that needed tools. So as you were driving this car that you may need, and in the leather bag are tools to actually service the car, do light service work on the car.
That's super, super cool.
Yeah.
And the car's smart.
It is. It has a very sophisticated computer system in it. We're running Motec electronics, so it has their computer system for the engine and the chassis. So it's very similar to like an F1 car, where we can control basically anything throughout the car.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And what about the mirrors? I don't see mirrors on this car.
There is a backup camera. There's a rear view camera. And we really wanted the side of the car to be as sleek as possible, and a mirror would have ruined it, so we decided not to put them on.
Yeah. So what color is this paint? Tell me a little bit about that.
So the owner said he wanted it green, but he said he wanted it to look black in the shade, green when the light hits it. So we actually, in the shop, we custom formulated the color, and we've named it Hyper Cuda Green.
Hyper Cuda Green,
Yep.
and that is the name of the build, Hyper Cuda, right?
Yes.
And what do the owners think of it?
you know, we had dinner with them a couple nights ago, and they are very happy with it.
Well, that is awesome.
Yes.
I'm so glad to hear that. I know you guys are too.
Yes, we are too. 8 years to build it.
Absolutely. 8 years to build
8
it.
years.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But we had to keep it a secret.
Absolutely. Thus the grade 8, you know?
Yep.
So we did a little bit of work with you, custom work with you on some weather stripping.
You did.
Yes. Can you tell me a
Fantastic.
little bit about that?
Absolutely. So on the front and rear glass, the way we wanted to design it was we used AM hot rod glass, which is acrylic urethane, and I didn't just want to urethane it in and leave that urethane edge. I wanted to cover up that gap, if you will. So I had Danny and Matt and everybody at Steel Rubber Products. I didn't like exactly what you guys had, so you actually tooled up specially for this project to make rubber for the front and rear glass. I'm super proud of that. And then the rest of the rubber is similar to a production Cuda. We were able to modify it to make it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that custom weather strip that you use to make those finishing touches, that's available to everybody
It is
now.
now,
So,
yeah.
you know, anybody that's taping in a windshield or gluing in a windshield, you want that finished look, all you have to do is give us a call and we can get you that look too.
Absolutely.
So, and speaking of Autorama and the grade 8, congratulations. This is a grade 8 car.
Thank you very much.
We're filming this before the Riddler got picked, so we don't know what's going to happen, but we are definitely pulling for you. Your work speaks for itself, and it's definitely
Thank you.
worthy of that award. So I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for
guys.
your business and your partnership over the years. We're so excited for you. If you want to see more builder interviews like this one, check us out on our YouTube channel and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.